Sure enough, he cast me into his Dungeon of Despair replays. What in the world? The topic is not just for bashes, but also for replays that may be a little bit longer. Didn't anticipate he'd actually have so many long games, which are apparently all GGs. That's the way he presented it. GGs, anyway. But he posted a bunch in the topic that's in the description. And I haven't seen how he played for quite a while. So, gonna have to see that now. As he's up against iWub Apo. iWub clan. I don't even know what clan that is anymore. Who even is that in that clan anymore? Scotsman? I don't know. Standards start with a GLA against infantry. And for some reason, I get this map so often in the topic. I don't know why, though. Why is it? Why is it that I get it so often? Standard dual supply, forward terrorist. Workers heading all over the place to build tunnels. And MTKing is going for a mine-off supply here and a helix. Infantry helix. It's going to be spotted though pretty soon because of all of this.
Building construction has
Just hope Apo realizes in time and gets himself some defense. We got a minigunner thrown in there, as you should always do, so you can deal with RPG troopers just a little bit easier. Even though if you get 8 tank hunters in there, they can plow through RPG troopers as well. Gonna see this tech pop out right here. Yep, immediately popped. Very nice. He was paying complete attention. Terrorist glitches out trying to get the dozer. There comes the helix. Gonna get a doze hunt here. Doze hunt down, up at the base, finishing that tunnel, getting a quad because now he knows the helix is coming. Doesn't empty it out to try to take some pot shots there. He's gonna save it though. It's gonna get in there. He should sell the tunnel though. Actually, he should have got everybody in here. What am I thinking? What am I saying? Should have got all those RPGs in there. Would have done some good damage to the helix, but then again, he wouldn't have him to defend his own base. He has 2 quads here. 2 quads is not quite enough. You need 3, especially if you pop them just a little late. Ah, those little guys could help. You pop the quads and that. He's got this going on down here, not paying attention, so he's... Oh, actually, he did pay attention. Wow, Apo's doing pretty good. Blocking off this helix. Okay, that helix is going to go down now. These guys are going to be a little bit of a nuisance, but I suppose this is how the replay with a start like this goes for more than 100 KB. What I just said there means that it didn't work as intended. Or maybe it did. It's getting something. This one tractor wouldn't be enough, but he has 4 quads to back it up, so that should be enough. Top supply going to go down. Probably in time. He did manage to save the helix, so he's going to repair that, maybe utilize it once more. Terrorists here are not going to do the job. He has a minigunner. I don't know what he's thinking here. He's just feeding XP, wasting terrorists, even though they don't give that much. Gets 3 terrorists. Gonna get 2 quads here. 3 quads maybe? Just 2. Just 2, because he has the tracker and some others. He gets 2 quads, a bunch of terrorists. He should have done that in the first place. I think he should have sent the tractor first because it gives less XP than quads or something. I don't know. Gonna rebuild that supply right away as soon as he gets the money. Neither player went for oils. However, we do see a 3rd supply here, or rather a 2nd supply in the 3rd supply position, bottom middle, for Apo. That's going to help him out in recovery. MTKing was floating a little bit of money now, but now he has spent it. Over here we see more quads and everything. I mean, if you don't want to go for outposts, and you just want helixes, helixes do look like they're going to clean all of this up. And then, without any extra help, 3 quads is not going to stop 2 full helixes. These things are going to get eaten up pretty quick. Very nice. Didn't lose a thing. Now we can go back here with 1 and destroy that while healing this one. I don't know why he's not immediately going here with the one that is full health. He should get himself... Unless he's dozer hunted. Ah, he's dozer hunted. That explains it. Still, though, should get himself the oil, just so he has that. Could even get himself MIGs, which do help a lot. They take out tunnels safer than your helixes do. And again, Apo's not exactly in a perfect position here. He has maximally inefficient supply collection there with only 2 workers at a distance. And he also has no oil. And you know that's never good not to have the oil. Never good not to have the oil. That is if you can take it. If you can capture it, then it's fine. But, you know, if you can't, then whatever. I do like the way MTKing is playing this. I always love to see air units. They are one of the primary wonders and just one of the great joys of Zero Hour, because they're not relegated to special use units like in some other games. In Zero Hour, well, that's kind of how most units are. You can use most units for so many direct head-on things in Zero Hour, which you just can't do in other games. Some games give you ships, and your ships are essentially, you know, for whatever, one particular thing. And then you have planes and helicopters, which are very limited use. But in Zero Hour, you can just main this stuff. You just spam it. If you use it right, it works. A couple of quads going real far here while his base is under attack. But I guess, you know, MTKing doesn't know this is all here, so he probably doesn't just want to fly into the base, which will help out Apo a little bit as he gets here, and he will take out that top supply, meaning MTKing will not have enough income to spam from all 3 of these buildings like he would be able to if he had the oils. But yeah, that's gone now, and since he hasn't been spending money, like, at all, he doesn't really have that much to guard against this if this army wanted to clear all of this out, which it's not going to do because he's heading back now, which doesn't make any sense because that's going to take forever. You may as well just do damage to the base. Get promoted quads, you know, dual chevron, elites, a couple heroic ones. That would have been really nice to see. But now he is back at his base, so he is going to be able to guard against anything. This here is probably going to get destroyed, though, because now it has nothing to defend it against. Not sure why neither player went for the oils. I mean, either one could have picked them up at some point in the game with the way the other was playing. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know how they felt when they were playing the game. Got this behind the buildings here. Gonna be able. Does he have enough in there? No, he doesn't have enough in there to. Oh wait, that one's full. I thought it was empty because it wasn't firing. Just standard 3. Could go for him. He has this elite quad here, but he wants to keep it all alive. Ooh, gonna lose a helix there. That wasn't necessary. Barracks goes down. Gonna try to rebuild the barracks probably up here, right here. MTKing will eventually run out of money, but way too long from this point here where he's being attacked. Where he's attacking, that is, for Apo to rely on that as his way of getting out. That bunker there was kind of nice. Might have been able to utilize those bunkers a little bit better. And again, dragon tanks exist, so what are you going to do? Gonna lose another helix unnecessarily because he didn't fly up and over, he flew over. Actually, he's going to try some entrapment here. He is going to be able to trap these helixes in. They might try to do a runaway through here, but they're too close on both sides. Quads are going to be able to get both of these helixes. And all of the infantry inside, probably. Yeah. Base is under attack, so he's going to have to rush back down there with his units. Oh, we got a toxin tractor there. What's that going to do? Go all the way around to the supply and shoot the trucks? Could do that. Might want to have pulled that quad back. Regrouped with it. Still no attempt for oil capture. You can tell I'm really just all about tech building. It's the one grand pleasure. We have scaffold up here to survive with. A lot of quads, but these things, they can just drive away and your quads will get melted. He's going to pop it though, and when you pop it, the quads get promoted, and promoted quads melt infantry and everything else. Ooh, such a shame to have lost that one there, and then that one gets scrapped, so it does less damage. Okay. He has enough, though, to just crush whatever Apo has now. Oh, look. He saved his Tox Tractor. Not sure why he's not using these. Just send him right up. He knows the army is out of position. He's got stuff all over the place. Searching around. Use the helix to check on that area there. These quads are just so damaged. This one 3-man outpost could destroy them all. And that's probably what he's going to do. He's not even going to pop that one open. Yeah, and there goes Apo. That game was kind of one-sided. But, you know, it was probably really fun to play. Because it was, you know, action never stopped happening, but it was kind of one-sided. Now on to the GNX game, GenX. He used to be a big CW player, used to play him all the time, and now he live streams a lot in the forums. A lot of the tournaments. Ew. 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 This is the Bamovich map. Is this Farmlands of the Fallen? It's so flat. It reminds me of one of Sergeant Muffin's original maps back when she was a 0-hour live streamer and artist. Okay. Hatred GenX. That was a weird late sell. Oh, I do love that. Oh my. I love this. Dual barracks. You're gonna go dual barracks too, or you're just gonna go standard? You can build a war factory right here. Can't help yourself. Gonna go for this supply here. And this supply, 3 supplies against 2 supplies, 2 barrack. It's an infantry mirror. Ah, my. Let me see. Getting an airfield now for MiGs alongside that. Makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. Big Mr. Dark 9-0-hour, hello. I usually wouldn't ever say hello, but apparently that is stream etiquette, and you're supposed to say hello. I never knew that. Oh, look. Is that Dutch? Anyway. Going for the quick oil capture, while MTKing tries to take all the buildings. I like the oil capture idea and the capture of the artillery platform because it'll give you a lot of length of sight and protection to have all that stuff. MTKing going to be late on that. Not going to get his oil right away. He does have 3 supplies though, so you know that makes up for not having the oil. But we do see MiGs going up, and he can always expand with 3rd supply here. He's going to do that after the war factory. This dozer's going to head down there and do it. MTKing doesn't have MiGs. The player with the MiGs right at the start should do better. If they micro the MiGs right, they can just destroy outposts, and the outposts will be a complete waste. But MTKing already on a 4th supply. And he's now going to go for his oil capture probably. Artillery platform, going to deal with that bunker in the middle. We see this coming back here, but does he have 2 MiGs? He has 3 MiGs. He can easily pop this thing with all the infantry inside and destroy it. Why isn't he doing that? He knows it's there. He doesn't really have anything to use it on right now. If he uses them immediately, they'll already be refilled. So he's just kind of wasting time here. And if he loses this oil as a result, that would be really, really bad play. Getting a propaganda now. Still no oil capture. Might wait for Lotus. He's on a 5th supply. There they go. There go the MiGs. And they do save the oil. They just save it. Should have never got that far anyway, though. Should have never got that far. He could have already had the MiGs reload and he could have used them for another thing. Maybe could have used them to save his dragon here and use the dragon to clear out bunkers or whatever. Or deal with this. Or anything, you know. 3 trucks on that for when it's going for the further supplies. Further piles. Dragon down here. This is kind of anticlimactic because Genyex is so slow to get his extra supplies. And MTKing is just floating like mad. Floating like mad. He should have like 3 airfields. You know, seriously, you can do that kind of thing if you want. In an infantry mirror, if you're that far ahead on the eco, just go 3 airfields, fill them, get. I mean, sometimes you don't even need black napalm. Of course, you know, you should always get it because it makes it that much better, but just early on, if you have enough MiGs, you just destroy everything. So I don't really know why he's not going for any of those. He wants to do just ground units, and that works too, but when you mix the MiGs with your ground units, it's already won. Now both players are floating huge numbers. Huge numbers. This was a paranoid Gatling cannon, by the way, you know. I would call that pretty paranoid. If something gets that far back, you know, and your MiGs didn't take it out, that's just weird. It shouldn't go like that. What is this? He's trying to capture. Okay, yeah. That's kind of nice. Lotus should be on the field. There she is, going for the oil. About time. We see some MiGs flying in. They have napalm. They do not. What a waste. Just keep them in the air till napalm gets done. Black napalm. Should already have it. 5 minutes in. Gee whiz. Golly gee. Look at me. Making comments about other players when I can't play half as well as they do. Anyway. This is far more effective than those MiGs. And they just, they walk in and get dropped off? Drive in, get dropped off? Look at that, pop 2 outposts. And then all got cleaned up for the XP to MTKing, who is floating 1100. Just massive float numbers. And we see Lotus going to come over here, go around the oil and capture it probably. No capture here on the oil refinery, but Genyex Lotus is going for that. Here we see that capture going down. It's very tight capture if she tries to capture. Very tight. He actually is going to try to capture this war factory. Build a dragon out of it, drive the dragon around, flame down the command center. Both players have their command center now, but MTKing, no MiGs. He's got the epic ground army with no black napalm for his inferno cannons, but you know, they still work. See a full MiG army, gonna go in here. They should work now. Well, I thought they had black napalm all this time. You know, because we're 6-7 minutes in. They should have black napalm. Why don't you have black napalm? What in the world? That would have blown that whole army to smithereens, maybe. But no black napalm? Why? It makes no sense. Also, why aren't you trying to take a supply here? You can totally take this supply here in the middle. Genyex. Also, this area here shouldn't have even been that hard to take for yourself. Gonna lose that oil now. Lotus went for something completely different, I guess? I don't know, maybe she died. This up here getting captured. Lotus is going to go down though, rebuilding his command center and his base. Army is in the base of MTKing, but he has this army going up here and there is very little to defend it against it. Oh, now he has black napalm, but he only has 1 airfield. Now he's got a 2nd airfield. Should have had that 2nd airfield and the napalm. And more supplies, and things faster, and blah 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 blah. Look at this. Look at this. Bunkers. Bunkers do work nice, but you have to target each outpost. So you pop them all open. That way you can come in with other things and clean them up. I love that he's using Inferno Cannons though. Very nice. Geniax not attacking anything with his army here. That's not good. You need to be able to attack things. Going to lose this MiG here as it just flies overhead aimlessly. And Gen Powers will be coming in very soon for Geniax as he destroys the command center and other things. Almost. Soon. Very soon. Okay, now. Now he can use support powers. Okay. Could just attack move with his units here, but his macro is highly suffering. Suffering highly. I mean, gee, MTKing, you should just, like, use these two minigunners and walk them over here. Can't believe this attack is actually having that well of an effect.
Unit
You can
lost.
see there's an airfield. Oh, never mind. He can't see it. I thought he could. Could have just walked some stuff over. Yeah, okay, you know, bombing everything to smithereens, all this stuff. How does he lose? How can you lose in this position? To this? You're in such a good position. Keep your MiGs up. Constantly have them on air guard. Okay, so we get the bombers and everything against his base, but, you know, he has this supply he built in the middle right here, right? No, he doesn't. He doesn't have the supply he built in the middle here, or the one he built in the middle here while he was taking the base out. And he's, like, out of money now. Because he didn't expand to any of the other supplies, didn't go for conventional methods of keeping his army produced. Lotus here trying to capture Dead War Factory. Success. And now MTKing gets a little bit more XP. Success. So sure enough, he's going to deal with this here while MTKing spends down his enormous float for the win. That works. It works. Trying to do whatever he can now. Wait a minute. What's this? What? MiG's coming in now to assist. And they're not even needed. Use them up here. Let me guess, they go to the airfield to land and then get destroyed. You better not let that happen. You better not let them try to land here. Yeah, one did. I mean, it's kind of hard to micro sometimes. But that was such a nice attack on the base. If only he had... He's still ignoring it. What, like these supplies just don't exist. They just don't exist. Look at this. 4 war factories, 2 barracks, spending down the float. Crushing the base. Crazy. Bomber coming in. Gonna get shot down though. If it's going up for here, it's gonna be shot down. Yep, shot down. MiG still trying to do stuff. All get shot down. Bunker here not targeting the proper things. It's attacking the base. Gonna capture the oil there. That's nice to see. Always be capturing the oils as you find them. Far collecting from that supply there as he's completely mined out, and only now at the 12-minute mark realizing that this was an option. This money here was indeed an option, as he has his dozer 10 miles away. Gonna just destroy this. I don't know, get to 5 stars maybe. His base is getting ravaged by a bomber. This was a big pet peeve game for me. Ooh. This is XP though. This is good XP. Look at that. That is good XP. Minigunners are so hard to run over. That's such good XP though. Look at all that. Now he's gonna cap that. MTKing finally spent down all of his money. Now he doesn't have any more. There's actually an oil here still, if you wanted to take that. His army is going to dwindle down. And it could, of course, be bombed or EMP'd or get mines on it once he gets EMP, of course, and a couple hundred more XP if he gets it. Does have 2 artillery platforms, which must be dealt with. Really surprised that this oil was never captured. You can also capture buildings. I guess he's going for that oil there. This artillery platform's also going to die. Just do a little bit of damage before it does. CC will go up in time to drop some bombs on stuff, I do believe, before it's destroyed itself. I don't think he has enough to destroy this whole army, maybe by miraculous means, like doing a perfect bomber and everything, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. Ah, Kutari against Koa. Ah, and he quit. Look at that. Yeah, I'll get to that replay. I will get to it. Farmlands of the Fallen. That one was E. You see, that one was touching on the things I have pet peeves with, like not getting upgrades, not expanding to supplies, not spending your money on things that could help you a lot, that sort of thing. But yeah, whatever, you know. Now we get another infantry, this time against USA, Tokyo Heister. Wow, infantry for you is tank for firearm. It's like every game that you post. Red infantry. Wow, this isn't building. What is going on here? Tokyo Heister, what is he doing? Trying to give you an advantage? He wasn't building that. Did he send like a chat message to inform you? Skip the very first minute there because nothing's going to happen in a matchup like this in the first minute. Okay, he's going to fly over here. Try to cap your tech buildings. That would be a nice boost at the start for super weapon to do. Look at that. Lovely. 4 ropes for one guy. Boy, is he important. Gonna get that big starting money. Maybe harass here, but he does have this to deal with. Ew. To deal with this troop crawler, which I guess he's gonna get extra time to deal with, because it's not driving directly to his base. To deal with that, he just needs a missile defender and a bunch of rangers with flashbangs. Because he's going to get a big boost of money here, so he's going to be able to do all that. Should be building infantry already, though, because he definitely needs them. He also went for a drop here to be annoying. It's kind of nice from Heister. I like to see that kind of big eco start. Even made MTKing delay his push. Can build a fire base here. I guess that'll do something, even though I think he's just going to go straight through the middle. And he's going to go for the side that has no fire base, which is going to be the middle. I guess he's going to try to build a fire base here. Here. Well, yeah, I guess if it's there, that's kind of good. Even though you can go right up here, take you off your supply. He's gonna get... oh, he's gonna capture it for himself. Okay, nice. Nice, nice, nice. He's got himself the flashbangs, but does he have the missile defenders? You don't want the missile defenders in the V's all the time when you're dealing with something like this, because if you get too close to one of these outposts, you just get melted. So he's just going to laser lock that. Take some shots on it, keep building these fire bases, which is nice. We're going to see an airfield here in the base as he captures this. Get an airfield. Got a refinery there for Heister, so his Vs aren't too expensive. I went for an attack there. Surprisingly didn't lose anything. Good. Needs an ambulance though. Just to soak up shots and repair. He really should capture these buildings here, which he's doing now. That's nice. Very good. Very good. Could expand with third supply now and get an airfield at the same time. Because Heister is definitely not going to be doing any straight to base attacks with all this right here. Kind of needs his units. Ooh, see, he got too close there. Gonna lose almost 2 Vs. Moving the army in. He is getting very close to the coveted Auroras. Gonna lose another V pretty soon. Dragon tank's gonna get around there, burn that away. Gonna sell it, should stop flaming immediately, drive further up. Yep, he's gonna get his third supply now. Still no airfield, going to go instead for the propaganda center. MiGs have an easy time flying over and destroying strategy centers, just saying, you know. MiGs don't really have that much trouble against Tovies. And if you're up against Super Weapon, because Super Weapon has expensive Avengers and they can't really afford Avengers and Auroras and everything they need all the time. But if you are capturing tons of money and you have your oil refinery and your MiGs are that much cheaper and you have tank repair bay, which makes everything repair automatically and whatnot, you can just fly in with your MiGs, destroy stuff. You can destroy his army, you can destroy his strategy center, you can fly all the way around to destroy Auroras if you want. For any of the sacrifice, pretty sure 1 MiG, 1 Aurora. You can do that kind of stuff. It's kind of fun to see. Capturing all these buildings here, which are annoying because these artillery platforms actually do quite a bit of damage to Humvees. Also, no MiGs, so you have a very hard time catching and stopping these Vs, which is probably one of the reasons this replay is, again, longer. Actually, his Vs are pretty close there, but he has a lot of flashbangs. Wow. Building up the XP. Lotus not being used for anything. Aurora Alpha out already has advanced training, so the Aurora gets promoted quicker. Flying over, did a nice shot there, blew everything to smithereens, and flew it back safely. Lotus again, still not doing anything. She can do something. It might not be much, but it's something. And something is better than nothing. Now he's getting that refinery. Gotta get a V here maybe. No. Not gonna get any Vs. Lotus still sitting there, just camping it out. On 2 war factories now. Ooh. Alpha coming in. Going to hit the war factory. Doesn't destroy it, but he has a second one. And that'll destroy it. Flying back over, taking no shots. All the way back to the airfield, and Lotus is not doing anything. Okay. Heister is also on 3 stars, so he has Pathfinders. He has Pathfinders. He has A10. He has Megs in the base, and he has Auroras. Okay. So I would assume he's in a very good position to win. Now, one thing he's not doing is taking this third supply here. Which he can kind of get away with doing. If he just takes it, because he has a lot of money. Just take it, spam it with fire bases. You know. Just, it's one of those why not things. Lotus now finally going to be used to take down the command center, which is probably less useful to Heister than his Auroras are. Actually, she's just going all the way back to the base. That's some QQ stuff there. Double click and Q. Down goes the propaganda. Highly damaged the supply there. And MTKing is almost at 3-star, but not quite. His base is getting totally destroyed though. And Heister has everything. Both floating massive numbers though. What's up with the float? Massive floating. What is this? Mines right there. I don't think he's gonna run into the mines. Maybe he will. Not paying attention. Ran right into him. Well, that saves him from a little bit. A little bit of worry. Pathfinders will find Lotus if she gets too close though. Has to watch out for that. And he's rebuilding. Another Humvee gonna come down. Is he going to use the flashbangs to get rid of all these mines? He will. Good. Flashbangs are kind of good at getting rid of the mines. Dozer's gonna go down to the V. Maybe. Nope. He has the tech repair bay. Look how robust that dozer is under that. Wonderful healing. Ah, I see. Lotus captured the command center. Actually captured it. And he actually tried to get super weapon with it. Which, if he would have got super weapon, he could have done a lot of funny things. Look at that. Rammed right into the V. Didn't destroy it. Mines are finally gone. Pathfinders are walking in. Now the dozer goes down. Heister is just floating so much money, though. So much money. Ridiculous amount of money floating. Should never be like that. Never, never, never. Doesn't make any sense. Why would you float that much? I mean, it's being attacked and everything, but why would you float that much? Like, if you... I'm assuming this was a CW game, a Clan Wars game. You kind of want to win, though. You want to win Clan Wars games, right? You know? You have $16,845. You spam, you know, infinite units. Against infantry like this, you just build 2 War Factory, expand to this third supply and everything. You just spam Humvees, Pathfinders, Missile Defenders, put them all together, and attack move. This is like trying to produce a longer game. And I don't know why. Why would you want to produce a longer game like that? You know, you could do other things. You know, you don't have to... You know, you could just spend tons of money and do funny things that make the game longer, but If you're just going to sit on money to make it go longer, then that's boring. You know, it might not be boring in the moment when you're playing it, but for me, poor guy watching, that comes across as a means to an end for a boring game. You know, now he's spending money. Now he's got his 2 war factories, going for an airfield again. Just playing it very slow. Didn't even try to get this 3rd supply. And Heister's not a bad player, so obviously he knows that he can expand to a 3rd supply and do other things, running into a couple of mines there. Not doing that much damage, but this is all he really needs. Just tons and tons of tow missile Humvees. Wow, he even has... Okay, I forgive him for everything he's done now. He got emergency repair. That's all he needed to do. That's so nice. He's not even trying to capture these buildings in the middle here. These, on the little kidney-shaped island. Like these poor V's trapped back there. They're taking damage, this one. Little by little, so they will get destroyed. I guess he just spammed Auroras there for the airfield, but the airfield's gonna get capped. And 2 more V's ran into the mines. And he's going for 5-star. Clearly. Probably gonna cap that as soon as he sees an Aurora on it. Like right now. Right now. Right now. Yep. Immediately. And the Aurora... Oh! He almost let it fall to the ground and be destroyed. I consider that one of Zero Hour's greatest logics. Is the falling to the ground. It's like the greatest logic for the planes. It just falls. And he got his command center captured again and he just quits. That game was just weird. Arrosa was watching. I wonder what he thought. I mean, that was just playing around. That didn't even look serious. Okay, tank against nuke, and I know Hero plays serious. He plays to win. He plays how he plays to win. So I'm not worried about this one. I'm sure this one will be serious from start to finish. A little slow on the supply there. And here, well, I guess he was checking on his phone. Or it could be big lag. He just didn't want to build preemptive scaffolds. I don't know. Get a war factory up. Moody Hero and Moody Muff, the two big players in Clan Wars, 2 of the biggest spammers. Queen Muff is actually in the top 10 for most losses ever in Clan Wars. Hero going immediately for the propaganda center, as is MTKing. Okay. I mean, he can get nuke cannons, which can destroy hordes of battle masters, but MTKing can get autoloader and ECMs, which can disable overlords very easily. Neither player seems to have gone for a quick 3rd supply. MTKing surely there, prepping himself for aggressive battle masters, but they are going to be very late to his base, if at all entering his base. Repairing that bunker. No expansion right away. No attacking. Nothing going on really. Getting a bunker here. So he can, I guess, deal with that bad terrain. Not bad terrain particularly, but hard to deal with terrain with bunkers. Sometimes they don't fire. He's got Lotus to the oil. Overlord here, Emperor Overlord. No Lotus for MTKing though. Ah, she just got done. But Hero already has one oil captured, can capture the next oil. There's an artillery platform as well. It's always nice. Oil here on the left, far left. And he's gonna get the 1,000 from this pretty quick unless this Emperor tries to deny it. Don't think he will though. Not in time anyway. Yeah. $1,000 for Hero again, even though he's gonna lose it immediately after. Not many units for Hero though. He's got a couple, he just needs a bunch of ECMs though. A bunch of ECMs will stop all of this. Just like that. No expansion of the supply here. He does have a command center, which MTKing doesn't have. Yeah, you just need a lot of ECMs. Just needs a lot of ECMs to deal with this. No autoloaders yet. And no subliminal messaging for the speaker tower. Gonna take that out. Now he needs to micro this other ECM to one of these tanks. But doesn't really matter, he's gonna clean it all up anyway. Just maybe could have saved one. Needs a lot more ECMs though, a lot of ECMs. And he's got to expand. Expand, get onto more war factories. See, MTKing expands very quick. And that's very nice because expansion means more possibility for map control. You know, you can build bunkers and everything. And obviously, when you take supplies, you get more money. So you can defend the new supplies you take easier. And, oh wow, destroying his own oil? Why? Sure, it got captured, but you can capture it back pretty easy. He's gonna see Lotus, gonna just kill Lotus there. Pretty quick, easy. Get a bit more of your stuff up here. Don't lose this Overlord for nothing, you know, you can destroy all this stuff. If microed properly, you shouldn't lose anything. And look at that. Promote his overlords. Should be able to turn that off. There it goes. Now we can get everything here. Lotus stopping that supply. Both players are starting the float instead of expanding here and here, which it could do. Could do. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. He's got that oil there. Can take this oil as well. Would have just captured all 3 oils. Could have had 3 oils, 2 more supplies. Could have spammed from 4 war factories. Or gone for nuke MiGs. Got a target. Ah, he doesn't have enough ECMs. Need like 4. Doesn't have isotope stability either, so the overlords still explode and damage each other. Not really that big an issue with overlords compared to regular battle masters, but you know, it is there. Getting that supply there, nice. Back up base. Gonna see Helix enter the battlefield. No. Command center for MTKing. Doesn't really need it yet. Would also like to see that too, yeah. Helix from Hero. There's all this opportunity to take these extra supplies and get all sorts of army. Bomber might not destroy anything here. Yeah. Oh, never mind. Wow. Brought in that artillery in next. So we got that, but he didn't destroy the war factory. Would have been nice to get all of it. Yep, just keep spamming ECMs. You need just tons of them. Helix can be a problem, but if you have enough ECMs and if you have a couple of Overlords with the Gatling cannon, you can do well against the Helix. Target the Helix with that one. Let the others attack. And make sure to keep your ECMs moving around. It's got this bunker here as well, which can guard him. Although if the rockets have to fly over one of the opposing ECMs, they won't hit the Helix. Expanding to this supply here as well, but not to this one. Expanded back down there for MTKing. Nice. It's got that there. Gonna be able to clean all this up, but Helix is gonna come in and destroy maybe 2 or 3 or maybe all of them. No, he's gonna get all but one. And he's gonna go toward the base, but get shot down almost. Just gonna get away. Just gonna get away. You see a war factory go up here? Maybe. Hero floating some immense numbers now. He's also promoted. Almost. He's getting pretty far. But he doesn't have enough production for all the money he has. Could have a lot more. Could take this here. Get isotope stability, just spam Battle Masters, ECMs, and GATs. Just own everything tank has doing that. Just bring a couple of new cannons behind you, and that's pretty much invincible. Because you can't counter the new cannons. Getting oil here. He's got his Lotus to capture this. Artillery platform. Another bomber. Bomber's going to go for the exact same spot. It's going to get the War Factory 100% now. Wow, that was a little overshooting it. But whatever. Got this big army here with 3 GATs, but only 1 ECM. Where are the other ECMs? There they are. Artillery coming in. Is it on the army or is it on the propaganda? It's on the propaganda. Propaganda and supply? Yeah. It only gets the propaganda. Rebuilding propaganda here. Expanded to this. Gonna get a nuke for the nuke MiGs. Yeah, I guess that's a good idea. Does work if you get them. Rebuilding his supply. Big armies coming in. These GATs are right up front. They're going to get destroyed. Yeah, they get destroyed. And there's not a single Overlord here that can fire at air units, so they all have to run back. That was an uneventful attack. And it's going to get MTKing promoted that much further toward 5 stars. Now he's on all of the middle supplies and this oil. So the float is just MTKing. Is this just a compilation of replays where people didn't spend enough money against you? Is that what this is? Is this what your dungeon is? The MTKing Dungeon of Despair replays? Just replays where people didn't spend their money against you? I mean, this is a trend. And he's got all his... I mean, you can't lose under these circumstances unless you intentionally or unintentionally play it really, really poorly. I mean, the position right now is just phenomenal. It's such an exaggerated position where you seem to have this enormous lead, but you don't take full advantage of it. It just doesn't make sense. But apparently, I mean, where's the airfield? There isn't even an airfield. Got a nuke, but no airfield for nuke MiGs. You have all the money in the world. You have a command center. You can build like 5 dozers and have them all building stuff at the same time. But there's none. That bomber didn't destroy anything other than a dozer, which doesn't hurt much. You know, there's a command center, so it doesn't hurt much at all. Just $1,000, floating 20k. Now he's got 5 GATs, but no ECMs. This one's way back here. He has no ECMs with his army, but he has 5 GATs. And he has his dozer up here to build a barracks. He's going to get bunkers up there. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. $25,000. $26,000. Now he spent it down a little bit. Still no airfield for the nuke MiGs. I guess he went for a nuke for nuke's sake. Yep, he's going for bunkers here. MTKing's probably gonna pull a run over here, maybe. He's paying attention. Hero is 5 stars. All of his stuff getting shut off, though. He can get right in there. Shutting everything down. What does he use to stop all of this, though? Is he actually going to micro all of these off? He's got to switch to this one. Okay, he's got them all. And no, there's just nothing. Nothing coming in. He's got these bunkers going around the back of the base, though. I mean, this is just abusive at this point. No nuke MiGs. It's so weird. He just wants to use a nuke to finish it off. Look at all this ECM micro going on. So many green flashing lines. Now it all gets destroyed, though. These bunkers are going to clean up the base. Look at the float. Now he's capturing your supply. Is this like an off day? Wow, and he used his artillery. You used your artillery to destroy his army. Losing the buildings. I mean, come on. What in the world? How does this end? How queer. How intensely queer. 30,000. But some of the money's being spent. Gonna run over that guy. Stop the dozer. Way too many missiles here to stop, though. Gonna lose that one. Yeah, the nuke is going to be launched. Gonna be launched. Where, though? Where will he launch the nuke? Bombing a bunch of stuff. EMP. No, mines. Using his artillery on the command center. Nuke goes up, flies over, goes straight down, and he blows the command center out of existence. Now he's got to get the rest. I mean, what a weird game. $30,000 float. 30,000. That's huge. Now just capturing the things away. What in the world? MTKing defeated. Yeah, that shouldn't have been a 17-minute game. That should have been an 8-minute game. Or something like that. You should never have that much of an advantage and not have the game over. Tank versus Nuke. This time against Popo. Calling to Popo. Police. Fast forward the start. Both going for dual war factory. Okay, outposts. Outpost and tank. Put his dozers together like that, going for the propaganda now. Battlemaster coming that way, Battlemaster going through the middle. Both Battlemasters are going to intersect with this tower here. This one's probably going to run up there to avoid getting shot at the tower, or not. Yeah, it is. Good. This one goes all the way up and around. Going to run into that tank, though. Back at the base. Building more tanks. It's going to have Lotus fairly soon, once that is finished, though, so we can capture the tech buildings. Checking on the tech buildings over here. Doesn't spot anything, I guess, or maybe he was just going around all together. He's going to be able to get into the supply if this doesn't stop the progress of his tank. And that's going to be a bother. Yep, right into the supply line. Not nice. Gonna get one truck. One truck. Guarding there, guarding here. Against sneaky flamers and whatnot. Gonna get his barracks up now for Lotus. Yep. Battlemaster going forward. Gonna take this tower. He's getting a fairly sizable army. Not taking up at all, though. Mr. MTKing. Didn't get in that tower immediately. Got shot first. Popped out. Got two tanks here. This one's going to go down to that building. Lotus out for the oil cap now. Going for the third supply, Mr. MTKing. No third supply yet for Popo. Guarding against any captures here that might potentially occur. And yeah, you do not want to advance against a Battlemaster with one Overlord, one ECM. Definitely not enough. Also, you got a bunch of tanks here. I mean, why not just, I don't know, build a couple of tank hunters of your own? I mean, logically, it works. They're anti-tank. Yeah, Contra is, it is like another game. A superior game. Far superior in balance to 0 Hour. The balance, the flow of things. In Contra, you build considerably more units than in 0 Hour in much less time once you get to a point where you're building units. In 0 Hour, it comes down more to individual unit control, and a lot of units can counter all sorts of different things instead of just one particular thing, which is why people love it, but at the same time hate it. Yeah, this, just build a nuke cannon, man. You get nuke cannons for free. You don't have to spend a gen point. One nuke cannon stops whole tank armies. I don't know why you don't do it. It's just dumb. It's just dumb not to do it. Hate to sound frustrated, but why just keep spamming overlords? It just doesn't even make sense. It makes none. None. Your opponent's going to get ECMs, and then your overlords are going to get ECM shot, turned off. Then the Battlemasters, whether they have autoloader or not, are going to easily eat away your overlords. They do more damage. And there are more of them, so look at this. You're just gonna lose units. I mean, one nuke cannon. What's the mental block for so many players? One nuke cannon. It's an uncounterable unit for tank. You can't counter it. There's no counter to it. You have no long range. You can't afford MiGs. You can't afford to just get a helix at any time you want. Capture that there. Third supply. Nice, you can take it. Make use of it. But, he's trying to take that for himself. What in the world, MTKing? That's a very long way to go. Yeah, I mean, are we going to see a nuke cannon? I mean, come on. Come on, just one. It's all you need. You get promoted to like 4-star in one shot. On the army, it fires 3 shots successfully as it gets promoted. It's one of the great wonders of 0 Hour to watch it occur. It's so intense. The ownage. And instead you want to engage it in this sloppy conventional fashion. Just look at the losses for nothing. Turns that one off, micros it, turns that one off, and then you lose more. I mean, I sound like I'm complaining the whole time, but come on. Popo just... You're doing great with the Lotus and everything, but... with the army? Bruh. This is trash. This is trash. This is not... This is dumb. Just dumb. Dumb to do it. Dumb to let tank beat you out, and now you build a nuke cannon way late when you should have had one from the get-go, especially on this map where you have this to defend against and this. He can't really come through here that easily. It's very annoying. So you get one nuke cannon here, one nuke cannon here. What is he going to do? Look at that. Look at that. What is he going to do against that if you would have had that earlier? What on earth? What possibly can the tank player ever do against that? If he doesn't have MiGs or Helix or Gen Powers or something, what does he do? You know what he does? He loses units, you get promoted, and he loses the freaking game. Look at that. Fires twice, immediately, successively. You're not even shutting this off. What, are you going to lose your new cannon now, too? What, are you tilted that bad or something? Now he's got an auto-loader. I mean, this is like handing the game to your opponent on a silver platter. One nuke cannon. It's all you needed. Just one. You didn't even need to do what I said before about having 2 and all that stuff. Just one. Just one. Could have done everything. Everything for you. One nuke cannon. And, of course, having tank hunters mixed with your army. Like, why wouldn't you do it? I like this, of course. I love to see the abuse of Gatling turrets like that, right at the base. Where are we going to see the artillery? Right here, right? Right here. Or right here, right on the nuke cannon. Yep. Okay. Now it's done for, and you can't build another one because you don't have propaganda. I mean, you have managed to even turn me from a generally calm person into a mildly frustrated individual through your failure to adhere to the common practice of countering an army with no long-range units with your own uncounterable long-range unit. You just make no sense to me when you do that. It just makes no sense. Bomber was used defensively, doesn't really do much. Gets rid of a couple of tanks. So you'll live to play for a little bit longer. Because you'll be able to clean this stuff up, probably all of it, but, you know, even though you're collecting from this supply here, your opponent is not nearly down and out. You're 5 stars and all. Just makes no sense. Makes no sense at all to lose 1 games. It just makes no sense. Why would you do that? It's not a tank mirror. You don't have to face tank with tanks. You don't have to face tank with overlords. You just build a nuke cannon. Every single time, always. In every single time. No matter what the map is, anything. DEFCON 6, Death Valley, Tournament Flame, whatever. If that's your situation, you get 1 nuke cannon. What does he do? What does he do? He loses units and you win. And he can't win. If you play it right, he can't win. It's not a fair matchup to get nuke versus tank if you have the opportunity to do what you just had the opportunity to do there. You even lose your heroic tank hunters, both of them. And look at that. Overlord blew up. Your opponent had to save you from his own Lotus. All because you didn't build one nuke cannon. And I'm going to be real hard on you here because I never want to see you do that again. You're a good player and you deserve to be a great player, but you'll never be a great player if you're losing games for no good reason. At all. You weren't even playing around. You were honestly trying to win, and you couldn't even do it. You couldn't build a nuke cannon to win. Ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Somebody, okay. Somebody post me a replay there in that topic. If you have a tank versus nuke where you utterly annihilate the nuke player, the tank player, you utterly annihilate the tank player by lobbing nukes his way and he has no chance whatsoever, post it there. Post it for me. Anytime you can't do it, post it there. I mean, this should never happen. Never in a million years should you get a po-po. Should never have a po-po move like that. Should never happen. Somebody post a replay like that for me. Anybody. Anybody. Post me a replay like that. I want it. I'll do a special analysis on it. Just for fun. Anyway, that is the end of this stream. Thank you for the replays, MTKing. I enjoyed. I had fun. It was a wonderful time. But make sure when next time you talk to Popo to steer him this way to hear my completely overblown, out of proportion comments on that game. Goodbye.